drop deeper and deeper. Joao Cancelo. Oh, that's a great ball.
65%. That's how much of Manchester City's firepower comes from just one player. If that number doesn't terrify you, it should, because Aston Villa just showed the entire Premier League exactly how to dismantle Pep Guardiola's machine, and the blueprint is shockingly simple. Stop Haaland, stop City. Game over. Today we're breaking down football's most expensive vulnerability and why having a cheat code might actually be cheating yourself. Manchester City, one of the wealthiest and most sophisticated football clubs on the planet, finding themselves in a situation that would make any tactical analyst nervous. They've got a Norwegian goal-scoring machine who's absolutely unstoppable, yet somehow that's become their Achilles heel. Welcome to the curious case of Erling Haaland and City's growing addiction to his brilliance. Let's rewind a bit. When Haaland arrived from Borussia Dortmund in the summer of 2022, everyone knew City was getting something special. What we didn't anticipate was just how special, or more importantly, how dependent they'd become on him. The blonde bomber has been smashing records left and right, consistently topping the scoring charts with numbers that make defenders wake up in cold sweats. For the City faithful, watching Haaland play is like having a cheat code in a video game. But here's where things get interesting, and not in a good way. Over the past 2 seasons, while Haaland's been busy terrorizing Premier League defenses, a troubling pattern has emerged. City's attack has essentially become a one-man show. It's like watching a band where everyone's playing backup to a single rock star, and when that rock star has an off night, the whole concert falls flat. The numbers don't lie, and they're painting a picture that should concern Pep Guardiola more than he's letting on. Take their trip to Villa Park in game week 9, for instance. City rolled into Birmingham expecting to collect 3 easy points and close the gap on Arsenal at the Summit. Standard procedure: line up in their trusty 4-1-4-1 formation, stick Haaland up front as the lone striker, and watch the magic happen. Simple, right? Well, not quite. Unai Emery, that tactical fox, had done his homework. Villa set up like they were defending the gates of a medieval castle, and they had one mission: stop Haaland, stop City. And you know what? It worked beautifully. City huffed and puffed, launching 18 attempts at goal. 9 of those were blocked before they could even trouble Emiliano Martinez. Haaland himself managed 3 shots on target, which sounds decent, until you realize none of them found the back of the net. When the final whistle blew, City had lost 1-0, and more significantly, Haaland had gone goalless for the first time in 2 months. The correlation wasn't subtle, it was glaring. No Haaland goal equals no City victory. Now, let's dig into some numbers that'll make you go, yikes. This season alone, Haaland has bagged 11 Premier League goals. That sounds impressive until you realize it represents 65% of City's entire goal tally through 9 weeks. 65%. Meanwhile, talents like Phil Foden, Matheus Nunes, and others are sitting on 1 goal each. It's not that these players have suddenly forgotten how to play football, it's that the entire system has been calibrated to funnel everything through Haaland. Last season told the same story, just with bigger numbers. Haaland racked up 22 goals, trailing only Mohamed Salah and Alexander Isak in the Golden Boot race. Impressive, sure, but here's the kicker. Foden and Marmoush combined could only muster 7 goals between them. Compare that to Liverpool, where the goal distribution between Salah, Luis Diaz, and Cody Gakpo was far more balanced. Even casual observers started noticing something was off with City's attacking structure. Analysts raised red flags, pundits voiced concerns, but Pep? He just shrugged it off like someone asking him about the weather. So what's actually happening behind the scenes? Apparently, Guardiola has issued explicit instructions to his squad: get the ball to Haaland. It's not a suggestion or a preferred option, it's practically gospel. Pep's logic is straightforward, if brutally honest. He believes that once Haaland receives the ball in dangerous areas, a goal is almost inevitable. And statistically speaking, he's not wrong. But tactically speaking, it's created a dangerous dependency. Bernardo Silva, the Portuguese midfielder, essentially confirmed this approach. He admitted that even when he's got space to shoot himself, his first instinct is to scan for Haaland's position and deliver the ball to him instead. It's reminiscent of Carlo Ancelotti's strategy with Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid. Get the ball to your superstar and trust him to do superstar things. For 2 months, this approach worked like clockwork. Then Villa came along and exposed its fatal flaw. Emery's game plan was elegantly simple, yet devastatingly effective. He instructed Boubacar Kamara and Amadou Onana to stick to Haaland like shadows, engaging him physically and preventing him from getting anywhere near the penalty area. If somehow the Norwegian giant slipped past those two enforcers, Pau Torres and Ezri Konsa were waiting as the last line of defense, ready to snuff out any shooting opportunities. By neutralizing Haaland, Villa essentially neutralized City. This Villa victory has inadvertently handed every other Premier League manager a blueprint. Shut down Haaland and you've got a genuine shot at beating City. Take away their primary weapon and they struggle to find alternatives. It's a tactical vulnerability that simply shouldn't exist for a club of City's stature and resources. The root of this problem is classic but critical: over-reliance on a single player. Yes, Haaland is phenomenal, arguably the most lethal striker in world football right now. But what happens when he has a quiet game? What if he picks up an injury? What's the contingency plan? These aren't hypothetical concerns, they're genuine strategic questions that need answers. Not long ago, Julian Alvarez provided exactly the kind of depth City needed. The Argentine could match Haaland's output when called upon, offered intelligent movement that created space for teammates, and ensured goal-scoring responsibility was more evenly distributed across the squad. The statistics from that era show a healthier balance. Since Alvarez's departure, that equilibrium has vanished. Guardiola now faces a crossroads. He needs to either recruit a striker who can genuinely compete with or complement Haaland, or develop existing players to step up when needed. This isn't about finding a backup, it's about finding someone who can be trusted with the same goal-scoring burden, whether playing alongside Haaland or replacing him entirely. The solution can't be a luxury squad player who gets minutes in dead rubber matches. City needs a legitimate alternative who defenders respect and fear. Beyond immediate tactical fixes, there's a longer-term strategic concern. What happens if Haaland eventually decides to move on? Players of his caliber have their pick of clubs, and nothing lasts forever in modern football. If City haven't addressed this dependency before that day comes, they'll be facing a crisis rather than a transition. Building a sustainable, attacking framework isn't just about winning this season, it's about maintaining dominance for years to come. The irony here is delicious. Manchester City, masters of squad depth and tactical flexibility, have painted themselves into a corner by becoming addicted to their own success. Haaland's brilliance has become both their greatest strength and their most glaring weakness. For now, they can probably grind through most matches on sheer quality alone, but as Villa demonstrated, teams are learning, they're adapting, and unless Guardiola finds a solution to this dependency crisis, the question now is whether Pep will swallow his pride and fix this before it costs them silverware. But I want to hear from you. Is this really Guardiola's fault for building everything around Haaland? Leave your estimate at the comment below. If you enjoyed this video breakdown, make sure you hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next tactical report, and thank you for watching.